Well, the Brotherhood of Life, I suppose we assume they're based out of Goldfall, up north.
No.
I've, from what I hear, the Order of Tomorrow has quite a firm hold over this place. Do they take a great concern with this Brotherhood of Life?
Well, yeah, the Order of Life's one of our main goals is to stop the Brotherhood from corrupting the people of this land and
How
stop the
long
spread
has
of their filth.
how long has this crusade been going on?
Oh, yeah, it's been going on as long as the Brotherhoods existed. They cropped up a few years ago, about 5 years. It's these dark forces are afoot, and in dark times, people turn and show their true colors. It's our job to purify them.
Considering the sheer numbers the Order of Tomorrow must have, I'm assuming the Brotherhood are an elusive bunch.
They're snakes, they are. They hole up in their cities they control, but they'll soon be purged, he says reassuringly.
They sound like they sound like they have to be. Best of luck to you.
Old man, you talk a lot about the religious stuff and whatever, but what about monsters? Is there a need of a monster slayer?
Well, sure, I mean, our land is known for all manner of strange creatures that populate it, and he sort of slaps his hand on your shoulder, I tell you what, boy, the Order could sure use someone to fight the monsters, make the bump back at the things that go bump in the night.
Willem just takes his hand, takes it off his shoulder like, for the right payment.
And the man just sort of grins at you without saying anything. And he sort of changed the subject. You boys have a place to stay tonight?
Not yet, no.
No.
I tell you what, I like you boys. I have an inn here above the restaurant. Why don't you guys spend the night, free of charge?
Sounds good.
I can't, look.
I'm gonna discern me some realities.
Yeah, I looked at the white mask in this case.
I don't discern anything. I'm trying to read him, but I can't. But he's kind of throwing me off here, so.
Yeah, you just see his grin.
Actually, I'll try to discern realities too.
Okay.
It begins the discerning
Big-
realities.
It's like, wait a minute, 3, that sounds too good. Dang.
Alright, ask away.
What here is not what it appears to be?
What here is not what it appears to be. He doesn't actually own the inn. It's not actually his inn.
Okay, what should I be on the lookout for?
Which, could you be a bit more specific in what you're with your question? Like, in what context? Like, are you saying what should you be on the lookout for right here, right now?
Yeah,
What-
considering he's not the owner of the inn, he looking around like...
Oh, he's the
This
owner
a-
of the restaurant, but not the inn.
Okay, and... I... Did Eric go again?
No?
Okay, actually, actually, wait for that. I'll take... What is about to happen?
What is about to happen is he's about to invite you up to show you to your rooms.
Okay, I have one more question, but I don't know what...
Oh, you asked what you should be on the lookout for.
Yeah, I did.
And
But yeah, is there like anything I should be on the lookout for? Like, is there like something that might attack us or something? Is there something off?
Yeah, something is definitely off. Just be prepared. More people are going to come to you. This order is going. Be on the lookout for this order further reaching, like investigating you. I guess I should say.
Willem kind of leads into the old man like, you don't own the inn, do you?
The man sort of looks at you sort of quizzically, that like very taken aback. Of course, what makes you say that?
A real businessman never offers anything for free.
And he sort of chuckles. Well, I suppose if you want to get real technical about it, it's technically the order's in. I just manage it for him. But, I mean, the order of tomorrow is one of generosity. We always try and give to the poor unfortunate traveler.
You calling me poor boy?
Not at all, my boy, not at all, he says. Why don't I show you boys to your rooms?
I kind of lean into the mask and, oh god, how dare I pronounce his name? Snake's character's name.
Oh, Roderick Chalet.
Roderick is like, you should probably keep an eye out. That's one for free.
I'm far
Roderick,
ahead of you on that one.
You have the same inter-wisdom. I'm not sure which would actually be better for this. Roll either.
I'll go with wisdom. More a case of mistrust. But
No,
I've got...
you're rolling for if you notice that something happened, or rather that something didn't happen. That probably should.
Yeah, okay.
Nope, never mind.
But Roderick doesn't trust this man right now, but he decides basically his plan right now, just to spoil it, is he knows that something is very, very clearly off with what the other man told him.
Oh, okay.
But he kind of wants trouble to come to him.
But I'm going to say that thanks for the offer, but we haven't really seen much of the town, and we'd like to have a bit more of a look around before we retire to bed.
Yes.
Well, of course. Just, pop back in whenever you want. I tell you what, and he calls over, a guy. Martin, get over here. I want you to show these boys the town. Why don't you take them to town square? I think the leader has a bit of an event going on tonight, if I believe. And Martin sort of nods and looks at you and just grins. Follow me, please.
I stand
get
wait.
up and follow.
I stand
Here's the
up and I
question,
turn to
what-
the manager and I say, I believe I will take you up on your offer. And just turn and immediately follow White Mark. I say it with that intonation as well. Not trusting, not friendly, just blunt. I believe I'll take you up on that.
What was I gonna say? Eric, just a question. Does this manager wear, like, all white and also having a cowboy hat?
Yeah, basically, like not an actual cowboy hat and all white, but he wears very nice clothes. He sort of wears,
Is he also plump?
yeah, he's plump. He sort of wears a white suit with, like, a sort of tan coat over it. Doesn't wear a hat, but he's the type who would wear a cowboy hat, were that the style.
Of course. Oh, that's all I need to know.
Okay, but yeah, so Martin requests that you follow him.
Yeah, I'm following.
Sure.
Right behind him.
I have nothing better to do. Well, have things out loud.
Going out in the streets this time, I will say, White Mask, if you look around, you do sort of notice people, like, look at you and sort of stare and squint and then look away when you walk
Alright.
through. But no one acknowledges your presence any more than that.
Alright, I am growing steadily more concerned. No one calling this out yet,
Yeah.
but I'm keeping it to myself so far.
Okay, yeah, are you guys following Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so he starts leading you through the city, giving you, a spiel. It's pretty boring, this town was... actually, you guys roll Discern Realities real quick for me.
All of us.
Yeah, just...
Huh? Oh, we're all rolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whiz.
To whiz we roll.
Actually, can I retcon something real quick?
Sure.
Before we do leave the bar, I kind of excuse myself to Martin. Excuse me, I must go to the toilet briefly.
Ooh, okay.
I do walk back into the bathroom and I just kind of go back to the stall and I say to them one last time, if you have any more words for me, now's the time to say it. I'm
The
about to
stall
leave.
is open and empty.
Oh, okay, so I don't say that. I don't go into the... I just look in the stall, notice he's gone, and just kind of I just kind of stand around for a minute to make it look a little bit believable, and then walk back out.
Just stick
That's
your
it?
head in the
Nothing
toilet.
else?
Are you there?
Don't do
Oh,
anything
I
else while
check.
you're
I
in there.
check the window, in case it's been opened.
The window was always open. It was open when you first went in there.
Okay, well I don't get anything from that. I just walk back out, after a
Okay.
little bit. Nothing to glean from that, and then then we set off, and back in the present, I make that wisdom check.
Alright, yeah, you all very much get the impression that this guy is like, most of what he's saying isn't really true. A lot of it's half-truths, that sort of thing. Actually, I suppose you didn't actually have to use that. You can just ask me if he's lying or telling the truth. Snake.
I can do. Oh yeah. Well, actually, no. The specific wording is when you receive a promise. Oh, is it just another character? But it's the phrasing after that is you may ask the controller of that character if they're being genuine.
Yeah,
does that,
so you can ask
does that
me.
count for the GM? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's bullshit. But yeah, he's bullshitting then, isn't he?
Now, granted, yeah, like, technically it has to be a promise, but, like, you can ask them when, you promise this is what really happened, and if they say yes, then you can ask.
So I've got to just force the word promise into everything.
Yeah. You
Okay.
have to make them promise they're telling the truth.
All right.
But the point, no, this guy, like, he's not lying completely out his ass, but he's telling a very revisionist history of the town about how the Order, has had a presence here for decades and, has built this town into the vibrant port that it currently is.
Actually, that's the question. Does he believe that? Like, even if it's bullshit, does he believe that bullshit?
He believes some of it, but he also knows he's over-exaggerate. He knows he's changing things, but he doesn't realize how much he's changing things. He already knows something altered and is altering it further.
Okay. Roderick doesn't, question him on it. He just kind of nods and hms and ha's in places.
Alright, you sort of... Alright, so you get to the town square. In the town square, there is a big stage where there is a man on a platform, dressed in very fancy purple robes. He probably has, a neat sort of hat on, there's some embroidery on it. And you seem to have arrived just at the end of a big sermon he's been giving. And as he's saying, good night, children, go in peace, go in wisdom, go in nobility. And the people sort of politely applaud as he then steps down from the stage, and there is much intermingling among the crowd. Martin explains, "Oh, this is a great leader of our division of the Order. He runs this town. He's very wise. It's a shame you couldn't see him speak. He's really incredible."
How often does he speak?
Oh, once every other night, I'd say about.
I believe I'll be in this town for at least long enough to see one of his speeches.
Well, that's just great to hear, Martin says.
I suppose it is.
This leader sort of makes his way through the crowd, like he just sort of appears from the crowd next to you. He's an older gentleman, wrinkled face, a bit thin, and he sort of says, "Well, hello there, you seem to be new in town."
Yeah. We're getting that from everyone. I suppose newcomers do stand out a bit. Actually, is there kind of like a standard pattern of clothing that everyone else is wearing that kind of marks us out?
You're all, with the exception of Light Mask, the other two are much, dirtier. You're more rough and battle.
Yeah, no,
right.
These are not adventurer types in this town. These are merchants and artisans.
I offer my hand for a handshake and say, "You're people," and I say, "This community certainly seems like a tightly woven people."
He says, "Oh, I don't know that I'd say that. It's just when people reach a certain degree of enlightenment, when you're wise and civilized enough, it becomes you become agreeable with everyone, equally civilized."
Does he shake my hand, or is he just leaving?
Yeah, he shakes your hand in a very
Yes.
sort of withering way. "Do you boys know where you're staying tonight?"
We have been offered a place.
Yeah, and I say, a man at the. What was the name again?
The stout fellow.
Yeah, I say a man at the Stout Fellow said he was the manager. Offered us a place at the offered us free room and board at the inn.
"Ah, Freddy. Freddy's a good man. He'll take great care of you boys. I promise you that," he says, patting you on the shoulder, and then he looks you dead in the eye, White Mouse, and says, "I'm sure he'll be expecting you with open arms."
And I, without looking, I say, Wilhelm here thought it was a bit odd that he could offer us free room and board without actually owning the inn. You trust your order trusts him that much?
And he said, "Oh, Freddy's a good old boy. He's one of the senior members of this sect of the order, or this division of the order here in town."
Oh God, he had divisions.
I turn and look at him. I ask, "You say that once you've reached a certain level of enlightenment, you become agreeable with everyone, but I heard there isn't much room here for other religions, of the travelers and such. Can you promise me this isn't true?"
And then he sort of says, "Well, my boy, people of other religions just aren't civilized themselves," and turns away and walks away from you.
Alright.
And you can actually notice that for the first time, Roderick actually looks angry at that accusation. He just dodged me asking whether he was telling the truth or not.
Wilhelm just leans in. I think he insulted you.
You think?
I look for say, rule of the land. You don't want to go against them too hard, do you?
No, I don't. I knew that question would be treading on toes a bit, but I must say he truly believes in what he sells.
Alright, yeah, so what would you like to... Martin asks what you would like to do now. Do you want to just go back to your rooms, or do you want to see more of town?
I'd say I'd like to go to the church, and on the walk there I would like to go to the church, but before we make the walk there, I must ask, that man is the leader of the order, and by default this town as well, right?
Well, yes, of course, he's the mayor.
Right. That's good to know. Does he take private meetings? Can anyone come to see him in an office of any sort?
And he says, "Well, yes, if you go to the mayor's hall and arrange to make a meeting, I'm sure you'll be able to get one with him."
I believe I'd like to pursue that, but first, let's see the church.
And he says, "Oh, well then, doesn't that just work out great? The mayor's office is the church."
Oh, of course it is. Even Roderick just kind of breaks for a moment.
Does he say that out loud?
Yeah, he does. But with Roderick, it's very hard to tell in his tone of voice whether he's joking about something. Because he just sounds perpetually annoyed.
How annoyed. Annoyed.
Martin turns and immediately starts walking in a direction. You're not walking long, like maybe a minute or two. The church is a sort of cathedral at the end of the town square, where there's a park. There are some nice oak trees, shady benches, that sort of thing. And at the end is a large church, small cathedral type building.
I look to Roderick and say, "Is your order this lavish?"
No, we were quite as humble folk. This is rather ostentatious, I must say, but I guess it does draw the masses. Roderick says that, again, just kind of with a very big element of judgment about that.
Willem kind of scowls at the decoration like, ugh, I don't like this.
It is a testament to what people can achieve when they work together, I'll grant it that, but the message must get lost in a build of this size.
If this is what people can do together, I don't want people to design the houses together anymore.
Alright, so Martin leads you into the church. It's sort of solemn. Outside is lit by lanterns on, along the streets, on the sides of buildings. But inside, it's surprisingly well lit, but it seems to be lit almost entirely by star and moonlight, pouring in through clear windows in the ceiling and on the high walls of the center church area. It is empty except for a single man in purple robes praying at the far end, seemingly at an enormous circular stained glass pattern.
Martin, I must ask a question.
Of course.
You'll have to forgive my ignorance, but for all the talk, I have no idea what the Order of Tomorrow actually preaches. What is their message?
The Order Tomorrow believes in the power of the human mind. It is our dignity, it is our civilization, our nobility, and our temperance that separates us from the animals, and what allows us to build all this greatness. It is only through the abandonment of our animal ways that we can achieve true enlightenment and join the Exalted One in bliss.
I don't know. I don't know.
What
I
if...
mean, I don't know. I've been hunting animals for years. You know, it's honestly not that different from monsters and animals.
Well, maybe you just haven't been spending enough time around true humans.
Does this church meet often?
Well, you know, I've spent I've spent enough time.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We have regular services, and the doors are always open to those who wish to pray.
Regular services, weekly, daily?
Daily, I would say.
When's the next one? I'd like to see.
There's a small service tomorrow morning, as every morning. There is also larger service the day after.
How popular are these services?
Oh, very. The large ones, the entire town shows up.
Right. And what of the smaller ones? In the morning?
Well, those, you have people who feel they need guidance that day, people who start the day. We have some regulars who attend every day. Freddie, my boss, who you met, he comes every day to morning service.
Well, I may just join him tomorrow morning.
Won't that be great? So are you done here, or is there more you wish to do in the church?
I'm gonna discern realities.
Okay.
I'll be back in 1 second. Continue about me.
Nice. Okay.
There have been a lot of wisdom rolls this game.
I know, and I've been nailing a lot of them. Okay, what should I be? What here is useful or valuable to me?
The man praying, or the figure praying at the front, he appears to be, he's probably useful to you. He seems to be of someone of importance. He's up in the center stage, he's not down by the pews.
Alright, who's really in control here?
The man you recently spoke to, the leader, is in
Alright.
control here.
Alright. What should I be on the lookout for?
What should you be on the lookout for? This doesn't really answer your question, but there isn't really. I'm gonna say you're not in danger here.
Alright.
But just something that has more significance than you might realize. That circular stained glass pattern, that is very specific and very important. That's not just
Alright.
design.
I'd like to, at this point, walk over to the robed man and attempt to strike up a conversation, see how receptive he is.
All right, yeah.
Alright, I walk up next to him. Does he initiate the conversation first, or do I have to say something?
You walk up behind them and greet them. They actually turn around. It's actually a woman, not a man.
Okay.
Hi, woman.
Yeah. Is she praying by the circular, like, stained glass?
She's sort of praying to it. Like, that's up on the wall, like, sort of right in the dead
So it
center.
is like a stained glass portrait or, like, image or, like, a painting of some sort.
It
an
appears
image.
to just be abstract shapes to you, but you know
Okay.
there is very specific. It's not actually abstract. It only looks like that, but it is actually supposed to be a literal depiction of something.
Alright, well then I will initiate.
You know
by
there's
just-
great significance to it. It's
I
not
will-
random.
I will initiate by saying passively, "Looks beautiful."
And so she turns to you. Oh yes, that's our god.
Is it? I wasn't the. Is it? So you do believe in a higher power in this order, then?
Oh, of course.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know if I look it, but I'm quite well traveled. I've never come across an order quite this devout.
She says, well, that's because we're the only order with something worth being devout about.
Tell me, when did you join this order?
Oh, I've been a member since I was very young.
That's how they get you.
Introduced through your parents?
No, I was raised by the church.
Oh, so we share a past then.
You too were raised by the Order of Tomorrow, she says excitedly.
Roderick catches what he just said and says, I was raised in an order.
Really?
And I will say, forgive him. He's not from around here.
Oh, I see, you've come to convert. Oh, I'm very happy you've come. We can always use new initiates. We always open our arms to those who seek wisdom and enlightenment.
Yes, I did come to these lands to convert.
Ooh, wow. You're already...
I'm sorry, that's old habits of my characters coming into play there.
Also, I'll be right back.
It's just like, you're wearing purple robes. I've seen a few people around wearing those. Does it signify any role within the church?
Oh no, those are just the robes of our order. You don't have to wear them, but you do in certain ceremonies.
A way of... Do you have to wear them to pray?
You don't have to, but it's certainly preferred. They encourage temperance, wisdom, peace, and serenity.
It's a way of wearing your faith on your sleeve, I suppose.
I suppose you could say that.
Not all of us
Is there
have
something
that
I can help you gentlemen with, aside from converting, which I'm afraid really isn't my category? You'll have to speak to our leader about that. He's the only one with the authority.
Actually, yes. I was wondering. You see, a man by the name of Freddy, I believe, back at the Stout Fellow, was speaking with quite conviction about a group of scumbags known as the Brotherhood of Life.
Oh yes, the Brotherhood. I try not to think about them, if I'm perfectly honest, though it is often a difficult subject to avoid.
How much of a priority is it to your order, finding these people and eradicating them?
Oh, very high, very high. They are the corrupting force that is killing our lands.
Did you not ever think of trying to bring them into the light rather than outright destruction?
Oh, well, of course we do. We always try and convince those poor fools who have been sucked in by their temptations to convert to a higher cause.
Do you have some level of task force set on finding them, or would you accept any outside help?
Oh, well, of course. As I said, the Order is always willing to take in new members, and we will always allow those who have goodwill in their hearts to seek out and destroy evil.
Well, I've always had a knack for being able to find things in places they shouldn't be. Tell me, who would I talk to about this search of yours?
Well, I suppose the best person to talk to would be our leader. We have a military commander who operates out of here, but he's off on an expedition, I'm afraid.
So, is there anyone taking... Does he have anyone taking requests for meetings at this time? Scheduling?
Oh, of course. That would be me.
Oh, that's good to know. You can help me then. I would quite like to talk to him about this Brotherhood of Life.
I'm back.
Of course, I will have to confer with him, but I believe he'd be more than willing to speak to you tomorrow.
That would be fantastic.
Why don't you, the three of you, all come to our morning service? I'm positive he'll be more than willing to talk to you afterwards.
I was planning on doing just that, man.
Will this lead to work?
It's
actually,
and I say, it may very well do, Wilhelm. It was a, and I must say, ma'am, it's been enlightening speaking to you.
All right.
I bow my head
and
walk
she
away.
bows to you as well.
Yeah.
She says, "Go in peace, go in temperance, go in nobility."
Alright.
I don't, like, throughout that whole last bit of the exchange, Roderick has been kind of deathly silent,
Yeah.
just kind of examining the church, but he does follow out with White Mask.
That's like... And I look at Roderick and say, so, you ready to retire to bed?
I suppose I am. I'm not. I'm quite lost in thought at the moment. I'm not sure what to make of this. These
You're
people.
already. Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
These people are definitely devout, but rather judgmental. I fear for my safety should I start trying to recover my religion here. I don't wish to cause them harm, but I also can't let my faith die with me.
Well, that's what. Well, maybe our goals may align. You see, I have my own reasons for wanting to seek out this Brotherhood of the Light that they have a problem with. Perhaps they may prove a more ample starting place for your preaching.
That may be the case. I feel these people might be a bit harder to. Roderick is lost for the word at the moment because they seem so ingrained.
Where are you when you're discussing this?
We're
I suppose out on the street, not quite with Martin.
Yeah, we're not quite with Martin. We're just kind of walking back towards the restaurant, talking in like whispers.
Yeah, you eventually make it back to the restaurant. There are still people there, though less people. It's a bit quieter than it was before. It's shifted to more late night atmosphere.
Is Freddy there?
Yes, Freddy's there. You don't see him at first, but once you've entered, he just sort of appears behind you and slaps you on the back. I say, how have you enjoyed your evening out on the town?
It's been an enlightening experience. Your leader mentioned your name is Freddy.
Yes, of course.
Would you like us to call you any different? It seems like an informal name.
Oh no, that's why I like Freddy precisely. My parents gave me the label of Frederick, but that always seemed a bit too staunch to me. I like to be inviting in all aspects.
Oh well.
Alright. Well,
I must say she seemed like a nut job, but at least she seemed to be able to pay, so I don't care.
Did you meet Catherine? Did you?
yes, had a quite interesting conversation with her. I'm going to. I'm going to go to the morning service. Martin told me you go often as well.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yes, I look forward to seeing you there.
Just how early is it?
Bit after sunrise.
Well, you know how sleep schedules to be. Perhaps you could wake us up and we'll accompany you on the way.
I promise I will do just that.
Sounds good.
Alright, so yeah, he wakes you up. Then he sort of says, now I'm afraid our rooms are all double, but there are 3 of you. One of you will have to take a private room, and the other 2...
Wilhelm has already walked into one of the rooms. Good night.
Alright, well, that's doubles.
I kind of
whichever of you would like to join him.
Oh no, he's like, this is a double one? I'm taking single.
There are no singles, Wilhelm.
He slams the door shut.
I kind of like, when I wait for Freddy to leave for turning to the White Mask.
Looks like we're rooming up together.
I suppose so.
So are the 2 of you. So Wilhelm will be in a room with.
Yeah, I just kind of like, I was about to kind of mention that I feel it's unsafe to be alone at the moment, but then I kind of like think to the size and stature of Wilhelm and think he'll probably be okay.
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 So yeah, do you retire for the night then?
Yeah. I'm just kind of sitting on like the chair by my bed. Just kind of looking at my sword, polishing it a bit.
Okay, Eric, can I count cultists as monsters for my monster hunter?
No, you cannot.
Actually, that's a funny thing. By Slayer rules, humans do count, or bandits count, as a beast that you can prepare against.
No, there will be some very specific cultists who will, but these ones do not.
While I'm polishing my sword, I have to say, well, we should maintain caution, but I don't think they're to sneak into your bed at night and poison you type.
I'm not sure I agree with you. By the way, like, Roderick has kind of like laid out all of his stuff. Like, he's got a sword, he's got like his fucking scale plate armor, and he's just kind of like sitting on the bed, and while he's polishing his sword, he's kind of liqueuring his shield, basically.
Regardless, I'll be sleeping with my sword close to me tonight.
Yes. I would half suggest we sleep in shifts, but I'm not quite sure I'm that paranoid yet. There is this. He holds up his shield, and on his shield, which he has been wearing about town, is the symbol of his religious order. And he says, "Luckily, I think most people just believe this is some kind of kingdom marking, or just something, or just some company. They haven't quite realized this is a religious symbol yet."
True.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't
Oh,
be
yeah.
in any hurry to prove them wrong.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, Wilhelm is knocking on your door.
Come in.
Wilhelm just looks in. By the way, here's your bill for today. Pay me whenever. 20 coins. 20 for hiring, 10 coins in debt due to cart ride.
Is it just like a paper that says like
Yes.
It's like written
I
like,
owe you.
like charcoal 20 coins.
You owe me 20 coins.
He's just drawn 20 individual points on the piece of paper.
No, it's actually just 20 coins, just 20.
I actually look up after that and say, by the by, do you still have that holy book I gave you?
What holy book?
On the ship I gave you one of my books.
I must have misplaced it.
He threw it over the boat.
You owe me 20 coin.
I think we'll
Damn.
call it even then.
Damn.
I think
Alright.
fine. I'll work off the debt. You still owe me 10 coins, Mask.
I kind of give just a thumbs up and then just kind of lay down in bed with my sword
Jesus Christ.
at my side.
You know, I can't even be angry anymore. I have tried to spread the faith to a good few people on my travels. It's very rarely sticks, but I still think I am the last earnest believer.
I'm sure that.
Alright,
Okay, yeah. I just.
Does Wilhelm remain in your room, or does he go back to his own room?
No, I go back to mine.
Alright, so, like, do you both just sleep through the night? Do you sleep in shifts? Does anyone get up at any point in the night?
I stay awake for a good couple hours reading and then go to sleep, basically.
Yeah, I'm sleeping lightly.
Okay. Alright then, Roderick, while the others are all asleep, while everyone else in the building is asleep, several hours later, getting close to midnight, you notice a piece of paper is shoved under the door.
I reach for my sword, hold it in one hand, then creep over to the door and pick it up.
It says, "This is the man from before. You're not safe. Do not tell anyone about this. Come meet me in the bathroom now. Do not bring anyone."
I look to the mask. I just decide not to drag him into what could be a dangerous situation quite yet.
Excellent.
This is going to be foolish of me. I walk downstairs, and yeah, I've got my sword on me, but I've been walking around my sword this whole time, so it doesn't really look out of place. And I walk over to the bathroom. Is the restaurant pretty much empty at this point? Like, you have to. I imagine you have to go through the restaurant
This is like
to
midnight. The building is pretty much black, except for like a few candles put intermittently.
like every step, I'm basically like looking left and right on the way to the bathroom.
Alright, at one point, Wilhelm, you are woken up by a cultist at one point in the night.
Is this concurrently with me downstairs in the restaurant?
This actually happened a bit before what you're doing now, probably.
Okay.
It's
Rewind.
at a slightly different point. Wilhelm?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So you're woken up
does
by
he
a
knock on the
cultist.
door or anything, or what does happen? Is it like the same as Snake?
No, it's not with a piece of paper. Someone comes in and, is just sort of very gently, quietly, tries to, get your attention, wake you up.
Well, just looks at it. Just turns around like, "Pardon me, but this is my room." As he holds his sword in the ready.
And so the commander says, "You have been followed to this town, and you're in great danger. Your friends have already come with us. Please follow me and meet up with your friends."
They're not my friends, they're my employees.
Either way, they're in danger, and you are too.
Fine.
Alright.
Willem throws off his what do you call it? The blanket? Yeah. Turns out he had his armor on.
Alright, Roderick, I'm assuming you go down and enter the bathroom?
Yeah, I do. I kind of like, I open it like just a slit, look through, and then walk through. And all this time, like, one hand on the hilt of my sword.
Okay, the stalls are all closed, though the bathroom is fully lit. There's, like, torches there, it's completely illuminated. You enter the room, and at first you just hear a voice saying, "Do not be alarmed," and then a cultist steps out from behind you, barricading the door, and one of the stalls opens, revealing Wilhelm is inside, and another cultist walks out with him.
Whoa.
Freddy then exits from another stall.
I'm going to discern realities on Wilhelm first.
Okay.
Well,
After
kind of.
party.
Yeah.
Let's all take a shit together.
Okay, I don't really need to ask who's in control here, so I'm not going to ask that. What happened here recently, as far as Wilhelm goes?
Wilhelm was escorted down here and told that, Freddy was already down here and was told that Roderick would soon be on his way.
So
and
the two of them
just been waiting here.
In the bathroom stall that he just
Yeah.
walked out. Okay, how big are these stalls?
I mean, they're stalls. They're, room for 2 people, 3 people if it's cramped.
I'm just gonna say, in that stall, Willem just uttered, "This is awkward."
Yeah, what here is not what it appears to be.
What here is not what it appears to be. They're still not actually hostile towards you, necessarily, but they just don't trust you.
Okay. What should I...
And Ben, we will get to you later. I had to split up the party.
It's fine.
What should I be on the lookout for?
What should you be on the lookout for? I'm gonna have to ask more specifically. What should you be on the lookout for in terms of,
I was just woken up in the middle of the night by a note telling me I'm in danger by the same guy who was fidgeting and ran in here earlier and then didn't answer me. Then I walked down here. The two of them were in a bathroom stall. A cultist is behind me as I enter. So yeah, they're definitely wary of me. They're treating me like a fucking wild animal. The way.
What should you be on the lookout for? I guess just be careful of saying the wrong thing. Like, it's apparent here. If you mess up, they will turn on you.
Okay,
And
well,
you don't
I've also come down here with my sword and shield. Now, I'm not
Yeah.
wearing my armor, basically. I'm going to confess that much,
Okay.
so that'd be a bit weird that I also threw on my armor before coming to the bathrooms, but yeah.
Gotcha.
So I examine this and say, in all my years of travel, and by the way, I'm groggy and tired at this point, I have never been woken in the dead of night to visit the bathroom where a man I just met has apparently been hanging out in the stalls. What's the meaning of this, Freddy?
Alright. First things first, boys. Who is the other man you're traveling with?
Who is the other man I'm traveling with? Can't say I know myself. He has not given me a straight introduction. I believe he might just be a performer of some kind.
And then, at one point, the cultists grow near, and they do sort of have their weapons out on you. Actually, no, I take it back. They don't have their weapons out on you, but one of them puts their 2 fingers to your temple and asks you to repeat what you just said.
It is as I said. I believe he's a performer. That is honestly what he believes at this point.
Alright, and gonna go to Wilhelm and essentially ask the same thing. Now, do you have any idea who it is you're traveling with?
Oh, let's see now. Some religious bloke and a dude that has.
I look at him when he says religious bloke. Like, I stare daggers.
Okay.
All I know is
and the. Go ahead.
and And I owe money to one of them, and one of them owes money to me.
And the one who had his fingers to both of your heads as you answered says as from what I can tell, they seem to be telling the truth. And Freddy sort of sighs. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hoped at least. And then he sort of says, "Boys, I'm sorry to say, the man you've been traveling with is a dangerous, dangerous man and cannot be trusted. We believe he's deceived you."
I know, I know I'm dangerous, but I don't deceive people.
And he says, "Now there are some few other questions we have to ask you." And then he goes to you, Roderick, specifically. Earlier, a man came up, whispered something to you, and you came to meet him in the bathroom. What did he say to you before? What has he told you?
The man seemed out of his element, shocked and scared. Now, while I am a traveller, while I don't make connections with a great many people, when I see someone who looks troubled, I follow them. He would not confess his issues to me, and I didn't press the matter.
He said something to you as he walked past. We saw him whisper something to you. What did he say, and did he communicate anything else to you?
He just said to come to the bathroom. When I arrived here, he wouldn't go any further. I think he relented on telling me what his troubles were.
They sort of sigh and say, "Well, you clearly have a kind heart, boy, but you can't trust everyone you meet. That man was a dangerous terrorist, an agent of the Brotherhood of Life. Now, we took care of him, but this guy you're traveling with, he's bad news. Do you have any idea why he might have come here? Has he said anything about his goals?"
He has just said he wishes to observe, as it were. I do not believe he's an active threat. There's nothing quite so interesting as someone who just wishes to sit back and see how things play out. He's going to service tomorrow, and I believe he means that earnestly.
Yeah, well. And now we're going to cut back to the White Mask, what he's been doing in the meantime. So he was lightly sleeping. So now several cultists are going to creep into the room with their weapons. They're going to barricade the window, block the door, and attempt to move in to try and bind you. You say you're a light sleeper?
Yeah.
I'll let you roll wisdom for this to see at what point you wake up.
Alright.
9, okay. So when they move to start to try and bind you, they try and keep you asleep, but no, this, just them, like, moving back the covers wakes you up. So now you are awake, there are cultists who have been...
I am going to roll smoke and mirrors.
Okay.
Oh, this could be good.
Yeah.
What does smoke and mirrors do again exactly?
Okay, for me, I craft an illusion to fool the senses. On a 10 plus, choose up to 3. On a 7 to 9, choose 2. So I got a 7 to 9.
Okay.
So, I am going to choose the illusion makes them believe something specific, and the illusion lasts longer than a few crucial moments. And the illusion specifically is I have crafted an illusion to make myself look like I have crafted an illusion to make myself just look like I make myself look like they have the wrong guy, like they went into the wrong room. I am not the White Mask. I'm just some random I'm just some random patron who's sleeping at me. And I'm acting scared. Like, what are you doing?
Alright, yeah, they sort of get a better look at you now that they've pulled back the covers and everything, and they're confused. They sort of panic a moment. The two looking at you look at another cultist. They're all in robes, hooded robes, obscuring most of their faces. And they look at it's not him. What?
I say,
we got the wrong guy.
Is there an emergency? Is the order in trouble?
And then he says, "Damn it, he must have switched beds with someone." And then he sort of walks up to you and, like, grabs you by the shoulders. Another man was originally in this bed and traded spots with you. Where did he go? Who is he?"
Oh my god. So that's what I felt. I thought I was just having a rough dream, but it felt like there was a man, sort of enigmatic, Are you looking for a man in a silver mask?
Yes, him. Who is he?
He's in my original room. It's down the hall.
Take us to that room, quickly, son.
All right. I come out the room and I'm leading them down the hall. Are there stairs on the way? Like downstairs?
There are stairs to downstairs, which is where the bathroom is, but there aren't any rooms past down those stairs.
All right, and I point. Okay, so I point at a room right at the end of the hall, and I say, "There, he's in there."
All right, the three of them start to approach the room, hurriedly but not running, still trying to be quiet.
Do we hear the commotion upstairs of them, like, running across?
Not yet, because they're not running. They're trying to be quiet, specifically, not to wake people up.
Alright, good point. Yeah, so I'm just down there, and we're still in this kind of
keep in mind,
standoff.
this is still a bit in the past. This is while you guys were talking. This is happening.
Okay. So what was the last question we just exchanged between me and Freddy?
The last, like,
yeah,
what's our
last
time?
Yeah.
I'm playing that a bit by ear. I'm gonna see if, like, a loud noise happens that I can tie things up with.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to move the scene along.
No, we're still with White Mask for a little while.
Okay.
Okay.
I am going to attempt to make my way downstairs, like, while they have their backs turned unnoticed.
Alright, so yeah, they start. Are you sure this is the right room? He's
I
in
say,
here.
yes, I'm absolutely sure. This is where I was staying. I was moved. I must have been moved in the middle of the night.
Which bed were you in? The one on the left or the right?
One on the left.
Alright, they sort of... This time, they're not going to try and do it sneaky. This time, they're just going to do a straight, 1, 2, 3, kick in the door, and they move as one.
Okay,
Charge.
while they do that, I'm going to sneak off downstairs.
Okay, sneak off or run off?
Sneaking off to avoiding all attention, just going downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to roll for
dex.
that?
Yeah, roll dex.
I mean, if it mask of deceit, roll charisma. I mean,
oh, actually, yeah.
Hide, escape, notice, or avoid attention.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
7.
But no, yeah, I'll say, you get downstairs. You're now in the restaurant area. Alright, let's cut back to the bathroom. There is a horrific
Okay, one more thing. Wait, one
Oh,
more thing.
okay.
Once I'm downstairs, did you say my illusion is worn off?
Yes, probably.
Okay.
That was longer than a few crucial moments.
That was the thing. He got the thing to last long.
I know, but we was out of sight, basically, it went off.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's... At this point, let's cut back to the bathroom. You hear a horrific scream from upstairs. Sounds like a man's scream, probably, but there is followed by a woman's scream as well.
Banshee!
I look at Freddy and I say, I've only been here for a day, Freddy, but your religion seems to cultivate fear in everybody. You chase every shadow. You claim it's so great that you're terrified of every little thing. And what was that noise just now?
Just sort of stands at you and says, just stares at you, then turns to the man. Sounds like he's making his move. We have to go now. Then he opens the stall, the one the man hidden, and he pulls up on the flush thing, and a secret wall opens up behind it, and with sort of a passageway. He has one of the cultists escort you two inside. You'll be safe in here. Wait for us.
Okay, but alright, so while this is happening, I'd like to say, do I have a few minutes of time that I bought to use my disguise kit?
Enough time to use a disguise kit real quick.
My disguise kit. Yeah, okay, so I have disguised myself as a cultist.
Okay. Yeah. They charge in and ask you what the hell's going on. Essentially. In slightly nicer language.
They charge outside of the bathroom, because right now I'm, downstairs. Do they come out of the bathroom door and they see me and they ask me that?
They come out of the bathroom. Several more men come out of the kitchen, about 5.
Yeah, and I say that he's some kind of illusionist. He fooled us into thinking he was someone else. He must have used the time he bought to escape out a window.
Alright,
should have broken a window.
Immediately upon hearing this, Freddy walks up to you and says, "What's your name?"
Let's see.
By the way, about the secret compartment, Was it
I'm
like
going to say
okay,
that my name's Alan, sir. Alan Roberts.
Alan Robert?
And that is
you know,
a lie. Nothing is certain.
okay, Alan Roberts, huh? And then he pulls back your hood. Now I'm going to have to ask your disguise kit, like, how much of a disguise is this? Did you change your face?
I have, well, taken off my mask completely, obviously. And I've
Oh,
also
okay.
applied blush to make my face, my skin lighter, much lighter.
Okay. He sort of eyes you, and then, stay on me, son, and starts to go upstairs towards where the commotion was. So there's him, 7 cultists, and you headed up these stairs.
Willem is looking at Rodrigo.
Roderick.
Roderick has his back.
By the way, about this secret compartment, so he pulled a flush, and was it like the wall slid open?
It sort of goes backwards. It sort of swings open backwards. You have to crawl past the toilet to get in.
Okay, well, basically, when it was going to go shut, I want to lodge something in there to stop it from halting completely. Just keep it open.
But yeah, Willem
Do you have something to put in there?
I will use my shield, basically one end of my shield, to kind
Okay.
of blockade it open.
but yeah, Willem is looking
Just
at
by a
Rodrigo.
sliver, I'm assuming, or are you trying to keep it all the way open?
Well, just a little bit. I want them to not notice until they leave the
Okay,
bathroom. Like when I hear them all like leave, I immediately go to
Well, keep in mind,
exit.
there's... Oh, sorry, there are only 6 cultists behind Roderick. One's with you guys, remember? One's with the two of you.
Willem is just looking at Roderick and says, "So, any idea what they're talking about?"
Or I should say, this room, there are stone walls. It's dimly lit. There are a few torches. There's a passageway that goes off in either direction. The ground is sandy, and there are lots of tracks in the sand. So many you can't really read any.
Anyway, I'd like to roll discern realities.
Okay.
Darn.
I want to keep it open as I want to keep it open.
So, I guess I'm just following them, keeping in the roll.
Yeah.
I
so
realize there's
I-
only one cultist in there, but I just kind of like I kind of do that, and then
Actually, can I?
wait. Can I finish this first?
No, I was just gonna. Sorry, I was gonna help you, but you go first.
Well, basically, I like use my shield to make sure that the compartment won't close all the way, and then I try and pull it back open quietly.
Can I distract the other cultist while he's
Okay, yeah. If you distract the other cultist to let him do this, sure.
He just turns on. So, cult.
Roll charisma.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Best of luck.
Oh my
Ooh.
god, I managed.
Okay, you distract him. Since you only rolled a 7, though, the way I'm going to do this, I'm trying to think. Snake.
Can I just say something offensive to him?
Yeah.
So, you're a cultist, huh? Burnt any children burnt any children lately?
Oh, that's a
And
good
he
one.
sort of looks at you like a god. What? What?
So sorry, most cultists I encounter usually burn some people.
Dungeon World doesn't really have a good stealth system.
No, it
I
doesn't.
guess the best die I could say would be dexterity. For
Well, I guess it'd be okay. Dexterity. Oh.
do you have something else you want? If you
Well, basically
can
my
make an
idea
argument
was,
for something else.
I thought the idea was I roll strength, and if I roll it really well, I just do it efficiently, basically. Or if I don't, I have to kind
Okay.
of I have to kind of pull it open roughly to get what I want.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's gonna notice once the door's
Yeah.
completely open.
And besides,
So, yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna sneak out. But basically, I just need to buy time so he won't stab me while I'm trying to pull this open.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
7. Yeah. So that's me basically like ripping it, like just going, oh crap, I can't get this open quietly, and just tear it.
All right. So the door's now open, but the cultist is immediately aware of this and turns and just sort of, what? What are you doing?
and then actually, can I barge in? Willem just said, screw this, and just punches him in the face.
What, do you just like clamber out through the door?
Well, oh no. Well, are you exiting? So far, you still none of
Look,
you have
my
gone
idea was I rip the door open, I clamber out, and then I'm going to make a request of the cultist.
Okay, never mind then.
You could do that if you want. That could be a fun character moment because I'll be able to judge you on it later on.
Yeah,
so.
fuck it. I just roll. Willem just says, screw this, and just roll to
Roll your
punch him.
damage.
Damn,
Are you dealing stun damage, or are you trying to stun him, or are you actually?
I'm basically trying to knock him out with a punch. So I assume strength for.
No, you don't. You're not engaged in combat. He's not even paying attention to you right now.
So I just roll damage.
Completely
then?
off guard. Yeah, just roll damage. This is stun damage.
I have D10, so.
This is stun damage, though, so... Oh, yeah, you've knocked him out cold. He is completely unconscious. He'll probably be concussed when he wakes up.
Actually, can we just, like... Can I just kind of, like, try and guess how... So, he, like, says that through, like, a grate in the wall, because we're in this compartment or something. And then I just, like, I rip the door, he just turns and looks at me, and before I can even, like, clamber out, he just runs past me, darts out through the compartment door, and just, like... uppercuts him as he climbs out, just sending him flying back out of the store.
Inside with us.
No, you're all inside. The three of you were inside the hallway.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he was outside in the stalls keeping watch so we couldn't leave it.
No. He went into the hallway with you.
Okay, I had the mental position wrong this whole time.
Yeah, never mind. Basically, how I imagine it, you basically rip open it all. He's just, what's happening? And Willem just stands next to him.
No, yeah, as it was.
Yeah,
as it was. So you were all behind the door. You were right up against the door. The guard was after you, and then Wilhelm was on the far side of the guard.
Okay.
Wilhelm talked to the guard turns around, you rip open the door. The guard turns around again, and Wilhelm punches him in the back of the head.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I had the wrong idea of the position.
He's just got... Well, I'm just gonna say, it's gonna cost extra.
I just look, and I'm actually like, what's going to cost extra? There was no need to punch him.
You know, that's pretty naive.
It's not... I'll admit, I'd rather be naive in this case, rather than violent. But that was a scream upstairs, and I want to know what happened to that masked fellow. I hope no ill has befallen him.
On that note, let's cut back to the masked fellow. So you, along with Frederick, 6 other cultists, enter the room. 3 cultists are in there. They have attacked and, they attacked a man who was in the bed. They tried to subdue him. Apparently, he swung back because they got in a bit of a tussle, and he appears to be either unconscious or dead. There is a woman across from him screaming, and the cultists are all clearly panicking. They don't know what's going on.
Alright, I looked to Frederick and was like, he's really devious. Is it true what they're saying about him?
And he sort of eyes you, and then walks over to the 3 men and demands to know, what happened to her, and he also motions to another cultist to go quiet the woman. But the 3 cultists just sort of, we don't know. He's an illusionist. He had switched. He's a trickster. He switched beds with someone, but we came here, and then Frederick just like bellows, "You idiots! The man in the bed was him. He's disguised himself," and then like grabs one of them by the collar. "Describe to me in every detail what he looked like." And, he begins to describe you. Over at the bed, one cultist has started comforting her, and she's screaming, panicking, asking what's going on. The other cultists are sort of standing there silently. What do you do?
Well, the man they saw was an illusion I created, and I have blushed my face up to really lighten my skin, and I am wearing a
You
robe,
now look totally different.
Yeah, I look
completely
completely different from the man they're describing. So basically, I'm just listening in and looking concerned.
Okay, you're not taking any proactive action then?
Yeah, no, I don't want to draw attention to myself right now.
Alright, cut back to the other 2. What are you doing?
Well, first thing I do is I go over to the cultist who was knocked out and I just check him for weapons and anything, like, useful on his person.
Yeah, he has a small sword. Like, almost a large knife to small sword, somewhat ceremonial.
I take that off him, and I will not steal this, but in case he wakes up, I don't want him drawing a blade on us.
That tags are, ceremonial and precise. I forget how the nearness tags work. I think near would be its tag.
Yeah, I think so.
But so yeah, it has precise tag, which is the only, important.
So it's basically of no use to me whatsoever.
No.
But yeah, I just want to separate the blade from him.
If it's a blade and it's near, wouldn't it be close to its blade?
Oh yeah, isn't
Yeah.
it near
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
you're
long-range
right.
yeah.
It's
tags?
close.
Near is right. Yeah, near is white of their eyes. That's like for throwing
Yeah.
things.
Okay, yeah, that's clear. Yeah.
Does he have-
It's
mean,
hand, close, near, and far.
Yeah.
The tags for that.
I'm half tempted to don his robe and try and sneak out, but who would be foolish enough to try that?
All right, so yeah, the restaurant area is empty. You can hear there's some commotion upstairs.
I kind of like exit. I exit the bathroom and I turn to Wilhelm. Do you have any idea what our next move should be?
I don't know. Well, we should probably not make ourselves look too good. Actually, Wilhelm just closed the door with the cultists inside there. There we go. No evidence.
You want to prop it? You want to prop it close to a chair or something?
Well, we can't really do that from the outside.
Good point.
I mean,
just,
he was out cold. He's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, but
well,
Wilhelm, you know, he's closing the door and so on.
I turn to Wilhelm. Wilhelm, you say you don't want to look too good, but this isn't a matter of looking good or bad. This is a matter of people's lives. We just heard a scream from up there. They're clearly going after people indiscriminately in their attempt to get at the mask. I don't know much about the man, but I can't abide if they kill him without knowing the true story.
That's true. And he owes me 10 gold.
This land needs a lot of work, and I'm not going to be dishonest about it. I'm going to confront it head on, and I just start walking towards the stairs. And I also then turn back and also mention, I left my armor up there, and that's rather expensive.
Yeah.
okay.
That's why you're
So,
keeping your armor.
so are they walking upstairs?
yes,
I'm
there
heading
was.
upstairs.
Because I am keeping an eye open on opportunities to make myself scarce and get out of here. So I would like to notice them if they once they
Yeah.
do. make their
The
way
door's
there.
open, but none of the cultists are looking outside of it. They're all much more preoccupied with the unconscious or dead man
Right.
and the
Well-
screaming woman.
Well, I'm more by the I'm more like right at the door.
All right, so yeah,
Do I notice them come upstairs?
yeah, I'll let you know. Like I said, the
Okay,
door is open.
I,
at the house.
I hushedly and hurriedly make my way towards Wilhelm and Roderick.
Okay, Wilhelm and Roderick, you see a cultist approaching you.
I draw my blade.
By the way, I had also pulled my hood up a bit, and I am keeping my finger to my mouth, in a sort of shush motion.
Okay, the cultist is making a shush motion. What do you do?
I reach my blade and I notice him shushing. I want to discern realities on this cultist.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Okay. I hope I get a fucking 12 on this so I can ask 3 questions. God damn it! Amazing. Just what I wanted. Just what I wanted.